So a little starter here for you. This is a Timbale of Crab. We've got a little tandoori butter set in the bottom. Then we've got white crab meat, brown crab mousse set on the top. What you want to do, pan of water just here, so hot water. Dip your mould just into the boiling water, not too long at all. Let it drain before you kind of like put your hand on the bottom because of hot water, and then hold it over and essentially look at that. Let the mould go to the side, let it drain slightly, and then I'm just going to sit that very, very carefully into the centre of my plate. Little rinse of your hands. I'll just show you that a bit more close up, so you can see that butter on the top. That's all going to be nice and soft, room temperature now, start to melt, and that lovely bit of crab underneath it. Right, what we're going to do, let's get rid of our water. And I've got a lovely little selection of salad leaves here. I'm going to take a little bit of lemon dressing, which all comes with it. Spoon some lemon dressing on the top. This is really, really important with salad. Rest the salad leaves before they go onto the plate. Tiny bit of salt. That's molten salt going on there. Just with your hands. Just make sure that's all coated. And then we're going to arrange those lovely salad leaves around a plate. So here, when you arrange them, try and go for a bit of height. You know, place them rather than just trying to put the whole lot on at once, and that way you'll get that nice bit of height to it. There's a whole little mixture in here, beautiful leaves. So I'll keep on getting those all dressed up, and then we're going to get some of our cucumber on there. And we've got some rainbow radishes, so a few more little leaves to finish. Right, then cucumber. Again, let's take a little bit of our dressing. Make sure they're all nicely dressed. A tiny bit of seasoning on the top. And then what we'll do, I'm just gonna almost take a little bit of that cucumber. This has been compressed. Basically, we sous vide it or vacuum pack it, and that intensifies the flavour. So take a bit of time, fold that cucumber over. Not too many ingredients, but it's worth it with the presentation. Make the most of them, like so. Then radishes. So we've got multicolour radishes going through here. And that's where it really, really does start to come together now. And pink ones. Look at this, really, really delicate. Really taking my time to get the best presentation I can out of these lovely ingredients. There we go. Right, last things to do. Lemon dressing. Trickle that over. Got a good bit of dressing because that crab is rich with that spiced butter on the top. And there we go. A little bit of a presentation one. Honestly, take your time. End up with a lovely crab salad essentially with that beautiful spiced tandoori butter. Ribeye of beef is back for the main course this week. Here we go, lovely piece of ribeye. We've prepped it all for you. It's all nicely rolled with serrano ham around the outside. This is going to go in the oven at 10 to 12 minutes. So let's get that in. 10 to 12 will be nice and sort of medium rare. So if you want it a bit longer, of course, another 5-6 minutes. The garnishes, it's a little bit of pomana, but we've cooked it in beef dripping. So when that heats back up, you'll have this lovely beef dripping kind of melted. Just give it a little baste in there. That's going to go in for about 10 minutes just to heat up. And then little mushroom, which we've char grilled, lovely little garnish to go over the beef. 4 to 5 minutes in the oven just to warm up. So they will go in once my beef has had a little bit longer. And remember, most importantly with the beef, when it comes out, rest it 4 minutes, I'm suggesting. Rest it a little bit longer if you prefer, of course, but it needs to rest so the meat can calm down, and then it will be not tough at all. A little bit of watercress puree, red wine sauce, both of those just on the stove. They're going to get warmed up last second. And then Bearnaise butter. So like Bearnaise sauce, this has got all the ingredients in there. It's got shallots, it's got tarragon, it's got that vinegar reduction. That's going to go onto my beef when it comes out the oven, then it will all start to melt. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Then I'm going to show you how to put my rib of beef together. So nearly beef ribeye time now. My ribeye is just there, that's been resting. I've taken a little string off of it when it came out of the oven, and then I sat my Bearnaise butter just on the top. So you can just see that now, all starting to melt, ooze butter over the beef. Lovely. So let's get our garnishes. Remember, with your cloth. There's my beef dripping potato, little griddled mushroom as well. Right, what we'll do, let's take some of our watercress puree. Nice little spoon of that. You can of course put more on if you prefer. Now take my lovely little dripping potato. I'm putting a tiny bit extra salt on mine. There we go. Some dripping potato on there. Then we'll get our beef. Again, that's beautiful and rested now. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. So the butter is going to all start to melt all in between. And I'm just going to get my mushroom just on the side. It's all coming together now. Red wine sauce. Just a little bit over the mushroom. Like so. Serve a bit on the table if you like as well. And there we go. That is my little ribeye, or big piece of ribeye should I say. Bearnaise butter starting to melt in there, beef dripping potato, watercress, mushroom. Hope you enjoy this one. Dessert for you this week is a lovely little rice pudding. We don't do it too often. We've done this before. We put this lovely carpaccio over the top. It was with pineapple last time, if I remember, but really, really nice. So in here, this is the rice already part cooked. Of course, you haven't got to wait for ages for it to cook. This is Cassia spice. So Cassia is like cinnamon, but a little bit more fruity, a little bit more spicy. Here you've got the cooking liquor for your rice pudding. So make sure all of that goes in, like so, and then get it onto the heat. Little spatula, or a maurice as we call it in the trade, and then make sure you stir that occasionally, bring it up to the simmer, and 3 to 4 minutes. 4 minutes if you like the rice with sort of more, no bite to it, a little bit less if you want a tiny bit of bite. So I'm just going to keep that going up to the simmer. When we come back, I'm going to show you the plum carpaccio, a little bit of biscotti and the syrup to finish off. So rice has been heating for about 4 minutes now. Give it a good stir, let's get the heat off, and you can see the texture. Look at that. Lovely and creamy, but it's not kind of like stodgy. You don't want stodgy. Get your bowl or plate, whichever you want to serve it on. And then using that maurice, get it all out of there. And I'm going to use the maurice to flatten it down so it's all nice and even. There you go. Right, next, remember the plum carpaccio. So as you look at it, look at that, all beautiful. That's the top. So you can see how it's been arranged. What I'm going to do, flip that over, get your paper and just pull that off the bottom, and then very, very carefully on top, like so, just tap it down, and then we will just pull off the paper like so. This is a sake syrup on the top, so plum sake and apple. I'm gonna really generously get that on the top, and then back of a spoon. Look at that beautiful glaze. Oh, lovely. Work that into all of the plums. This is just to dress them, like so. And all that's left, got a lovely bit of biscotti just here. I'm just gonna put it on the side, like so. And there we go. Lovely little plum carpaccio, rice pudding with a difference. Cassia spiced, apple biscotti to go with it.